We are going here. We are going here.
The parliamentary candidate for Kwabenya, popularly known as the leader of delegation. Honorable Titus Dora is the regional minister for Betagwa. It's also with us. Betagwa regional minister Titus Dora. The regional chairman of the Youth Patriotic Party Betagwa, Honorable Divine Otu Aloro.
Sorry, the regional chairman Betagwa constituency is also here.
Now, Mr. Manager, before the regional secretary.
The regional secretary, the Youth Patriotic Party NPP, Betagwa, he's the man standing here.
Thank you very much, my brother.
It is possible. The national chairman of the Youth Patriotic Party,
Honorable Divine Otu Aloro is with us.
and then the national chairman of the Youth Patriotic Party, Mr. Dignitary.
Honorable Chairman Mr. The national chairman of the Youth Patriotic Party is also with us.
Yes. Somebody here for Dignitary. Honestly, your chair is happy. And the president to be 2025 and beyond.
A strong, capable, energetic president to be 2025, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is with us.
Yeah, Papa. I don't know what you said about the Youth Patriotic Party. Even though you need. But make I start slapping.
Thank you very much.
For those of you standing in the lanes, please be seated. Those of you not supposed to go upstairs, you cannot go upstairs.
You, baby, I am trouble. The best starting here tomorrow. The best lesson. The best lesson. And now, the Hana, you want to, I am for four, your pastors. Etina, you want your party. We will expect somebody and the dear a blow about your penny for the children. So, all your party now, Ujina, your penny for the swallow. Let's say, more than a full school. You can fight in a move through my back. I will need you. Please, can you leave the space for our reference pastors? Please, please. Hello. So, you move them. The security officers.
With DMP to go this way.
I will need them. NPP, this is after political party. Your poor dear, your tear your baby for. It's a minimum can say move from the place. Thank you. Okay. If you are here to know, you have a share to Manasi. When you are going to say NPP as a political party, they be a suffering. It's a baby as soon as Yeah, Baba say you do me see. You did in Bible.
Please, those of you that blow the horns, for now, let us cease.
Those of you here, you can go here. I beg you.
So, Medawas, we are making. If you are free, you are free, or software, free, and there's a free district minister.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Listen, everybody, shall we be on our feet for the Lord in prayer? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to show you. Sorry. Shall we pray? Shall we pray? Father, you are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. That is why we commit this gathering into your hand. Begin with us, go through with us, and end successfully with us in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Blessing. At this point in time, the secretary will be introducing the dignitaries we have here in our midst.
So, me no make him Medawasi. Yes, sir. And say, yeah, he for ever ha. Nay, as of for ever ha. Ya Jimu na no list. Ya papa baby oko be on the list or G and the 21st. Until before you know, ya papa no list ya be ma ni ko mama no. Yeti ameka we say, ya pese afena yakobo bobo kudina mode moto so yi mo ba na mana efe ya damasi mo musama mo wo ya de ya damasi na e won ni die mu
ko su pato lo ka sanu fo me ji so den se ya papa e wo he ya oni ni penifo e na me die ya be yi ni penifo no kakre na ijiasu ya educating the Minister of Education.
The Minister of Education, Sabri oriented her. Your papa, honorable, a teacher. Bossaman.
Yeah, I can hold the Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture, honorable our Kumsi.
Yes.
And you can pay Costa a free water region and the Kosi Western region. I am in charge. Yemi Ababaku, a member of the national campaign team, honorable Ifia Akoto.
Honorable Ifia Akoto.
The constituency chairman for the big Kwabenya, also Ekayo, the constituency chairman.
The mama chairman, the fans got there.
Let us see. Africa, say, oh, you lawyer for Kuku Dam 10. Now, when you know, naturally say, Untiasi. Or your president, lawyer, a board chairman of DVLA, Honorable Frank Davis, Esu Ekayo. Every region. Greater Accra Party, a chairman, Party Nera or Greater Accra, Honorable Divine Otu Abon.
Put us together for Honorable Divine.
No, dear, near the Kwabenya former car, Samu Tuabama. Say for the first time, for the first
the original president and Nemu of Greater Accra, former member of Parliament, Tema East, former deputy minister of transport, currently the main regional minister of Greater Accra, Honorable Titus.
The Titus going on. That should be.
Former Speaker of Parliament.
You know.
And that's a Kwabenya.
Yeah.
I have the privilege to introduce you.
Yes, yes, the former Speaker of Parliament.
Thank you very much. I say your party Nakasa. The honor of the party. So see NPP, the national chairman of the new patriotic party.
Honorable young name of our business Dignitary.
A very energetic person, very healthy, intelligent, somebody who has vision, landing around Ghana, telling Ghanaians what he is capable of doing. He has done it, and you all will testify to it that he has done it. A young man who was working in UK, President Kufuor saw his capability, brought him to Ghana, and made him deputy governor, Bank of Ghana. He did so well. The current president had to look for the gentleman because people were talking about him at Bank of Ghana. After getting the man, he pleaded with me, I want you to run an election for me. Contested 2008, he didn't get it. 2012, it didn't go well. When international firms were calling on him, he said, I'm ready to serve my country. I want to serve my country. And truly, 2016, you voted for Nana Akufo-Addo again. Today, there has never been any vice president. Thank you very much. Wabada, wamachia chamashi. Aka kusumu na kusumu. Wapapa foni ni kete wamachia chame. Therefore ni kete lele de fele tuwe. Yeke pule hale. Yeba whatever ish.
Wasi papa moto safrai na nana ni anikara sabri when you say you are the cleanser.
Na niaya mi fele se. Nana femi 40. Was software in your Kwabenya, or software watching. When I'm a fan, I'm a question here. Make it. Baby, I am to you. Answer na your papa no. Bekan na seno. Kwabenya, your parliamentary candidates. Obe pra. I introduce you the next member of parliament, Kwabenya, to give us a speech.
It's about the purpose of country while we are here. You will see something.
Kwabenya for more. Dominic Kwabenya for more. Nidiemu la frère impeniphobia ba. Eti misremo enedie yebedi kakra na impeniphobia no mo ha no omo betumi tie nsema Dr. Bawumia ene ni afọ ene aba ati esem. Now today is a special day in Kwabenya. It is special because we are here to welcome the flag bearer of the NPP, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. But we cannot welcome him here without meeting and seeking permission from the owners of the land, the chiefs. We also need the blessings of the spiritual leaders, the clergy, and the imams. We also need the opinions and the directions of the community leaders, the opinion leaders, and all the executive members of the Residents Association in Kwabenya. We promise you that there is a new energy coming to Kwabenya. And we want you to believe in the ticket of Bawumia and Ukwe so that you will vote massively to let everybody know Kwabenya is the home of NPP, and NPP regards Kwabenya. I believe in heavy rainfall, but before the heavy rainfall, where you will vote for me by the grace of God, there must be a strong wind. And in this strong wind, I have, by the grace of God, even before you have voted for me, taken upon myself to register 31,000 people with the National Health Insurance Scheme. Kwabenya, your health is important to us. In the meantime, I've also taken it upon myself to improve the bridges in the constituency. And I personally use my own money for bridges in Taiwan Baptist, Sun City, Save More, and others. We want to work for you. I have also been fortunate that I have done some intense lobbying since you nominated me as your parliamentary candidate, and lobbied many officials, including the vice president, and the following roads have just started or about to start. I know, Kwabenya, your problem is roads, and Dr. Bawumia will help to get your roads for you now and after voting. Some of the major roads that the chiefs and you have mentioned: Agoba EP Road, Taifa Mr. J to Kwabenya Road, Taifa RO, Mangwase, Abokobi Boy Junction, Pure Water Road, Boshe Road, Causeway Road. We are going to look at these roads, and some have started, and by the grace of God, if you vote for me and Dr. Bawumia, we will deliver. We will lobby and deliver for you. I also want to inform you, and this is for the youth. You have complained there are over 120 astroturfs in Ghana and none in Kwabenya. I am pleased to announce next 2 weeks we are going to cancel for the first astroturf in Kwabenya at Kwabenya. And right after that, we are going to have another astroturf opposite the police station in Atomic. Dr. Bawumia is going to work for you. that we have done, we want to know, we want all the constituencies to be ready for this special team. The Bawumia and Okwe team is ready for action. It is possible.
No mistake in Dr. Kwabenya.
Dr. Bawumia, Kwabenya is happy to see you. God bless NPP. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Make some noise. No mistake. No mistake. We still acknowledge our chiefs. Our next president, we want to see you a wave. Our Ghana chiefs, a wave. We thank you. Our Muslim chiefs, imams, opinion leaders, we acknowledge your presence here. A wave for our next president. Thank you so much. The revered pastors, the men of God. Our next president, we want to see your presence here. Please, a way for him, a way for him. We thank you for coming. Baby, yet to know, yes, I'm ready. Neba abekasa. You can't do me Kwabenya. You're creating, you know, on a share the massive. NPP party were deep position and then or party no with legal matters. And I have the honor to introduce you the former Speaker of Parliament, the former Speaker of Parliament, the former Speaker of Parliament, Ambassador, Senior Michael.
My work this afternoon is something I'm very happy about. Very simple. To introduce a man that I personally have a great deal of respect and regard for. I don't normally just go about saying things like that. Nime, Name, Asofo pastors, Asofo imams. I want to say just a little bit about the man that we are praying that by the grace of God and the favor of man will be the next president of Ghana. Some time ago, and please let them listen. Let them listen. Let me quiet for a while. This is serious business. And the man I'm going to talk about is a man of serious business. President Kovua went abroad to attend a conference. Then suddenly, he had a young man who was delivering an address on development to the international community and us all. He got to know from whispers around that the young man is a Ghanaian. He sent his aides, after we finish here, go and bring that young man. I want to talk with him. He saw something. He saw something. He saw this young man and said, this delivery, I must take him to Ghana. And that is how, not long after, he induced, persuaded, cajoled Dr. Bawumia to come and serve his country. He did not see it in vain. The young man came. He went in various financial capacities, and in no time, he was lodged in the Bank of Ghana. The rest, you all know, is history. And that is why he is here today. He was also noticed by the Progress Party. I was there when we were talking about him at National Congress. To be Vice President. Because he was relatively new, people didn't know what was happening. In no time, they all got to know. If you don't know Bawumia today, tomorrow when he is in action, Baba, you will know. Because he is exceptionally gifted by the God who brought him into this world. It's a gift. My brothers and sisters here, I was happy and privileged when I worked with him in 2 ministries. When he was in the Bank of Ghana, the bank nominated him to be in charge of the new exercise which was being done in the petroleum regulation sector. I was minister. The aspects that were technical, mathematical, calculation the equations as to how we can make parity within the problem, the circumstances we were in, that work was led by Dr. Bawumia. And I looked at him with admiration. That time I had done work as a teacher, so at least I knew how to evaluate people. Then when we got to communication, we were working on Ghana Telecom. He was the man who gave us the clue as to the international standards, for which matter we must get international transaction advisor, so that everything will be acceptable to the international world and the World Bank and the IMF. That was the man who led us in that progress. That man is the man who led Dr. Bawumia. When there were controversies about election matters, and we had gathered a lot of information from Davis and others at toiled, but how to put the thing together into an acceptable formula for court. That work was done by who? Dr. Bawumia. Today he has one more name called Mr. Beach. And all matters as to how we use spreadsheet in order to look after the controversies of election. That was the man who stood in court. You and I were not there. You could see the star in him. But I say it's a gift. If you don't take advantage of such a gift, and they're not just say, oh, the papa, oh, my prayer for him morning and night is that may God just protect him. May God just keep him. So that this nation Ghana will benefit from a man who is exceptionally gifted as a child of this land. I will want us, when we are looking at this man today and the election to come, just look at him compared with President Mahama. Over one matter, both of them have been vice presidents. Both of them have been what? Vice president before. What did they do? Comparatively, I I want to remind you, this man, by himself, as vice president, he didn't just sit there. Mind you, our constitution gives the power to the president. They are not co-chairmen. But one thing is that he managed to do certain important things, which you all know. When Ghana was suffering over certain imbalances regarding gold and oil and what, he made a policy, gold for oil. Is that not so? No, they are very elderly people. Have you ever had gold for oil policy in Ghana? No. When it became an emergency, Dr. Bawumia could devise something called gold for oil. As we move ahead under him as president, if an emergency arises, he will devise technology, he will devise ways and means, and show us that he's the man who can do gold for oil. And if we consider all these things, including his robotics, and of course, above all, digitalization, then we know we are somebody special for the next future in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, character matters a lot. We have all seen he's a very humble man. Born humble, not pretentious and humble. And he shows it in everything. He will serve you if you make him president. And you serve him with humility. And I know that character-wise, he is free from corruption. Character-wise, he's got a good character. Character-wise, and we need it in this country. Character-wise, we need that character change in this country. If we meet that boat, we have done ourselves in. My brothers, with all joy and humility, I introduce to you Dr. Bawumia, president to be a favor of God and my Lord.
Thank you very, very, very much, Professor Aaron Michael Quay, former Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. God bless you for those very kind words. Nime Name, our revered, eminent clergy, our chief imam, and our Sarake from the Zogo community who are here. I greet all of you. Assalamu alaikum. I am most happy for the opportunity to talk to all of you today. I am here in my capacity as presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party for the 2024 presidential elections. And inshallah, by the grace of God, I will be the next president of the Republic of Ghana. This election is a pivotal election. I believe that we are at a crossroads and Ghana has an important decision to make. It is a decision that really has a bearing for our future. The two major candidates in this election are Dr. Bawumia and the former president. These are the leading candidates, and if all goes by the grace of God, one of us will be president. But the former president has been president before, So we all know his work. It's not as if he's an unknown quantity. He is a very known quantity because he has actually held the sword of office. He has been president. And when he was president, we all saw the work that he delivered. Without a global economic crisis, like COVID or the Russia-Ukraine war, there was no global economic crisis. He told us that all the meat was finished and we were left with the bones. And because we were left with the bones, even chalk in school was a problem. We had to cancel teacher training allowances. He cancelled nursing training allowances, cancelled Arabic instructors allowances. We had to endure doomsday for 4 years plus, with all the problems that were associated with doomsday. So many businesses were affected, lives were lost. We had major problems with the National Health Service. The National Health Insurance wasn't working. The National Ambulance Service was virtually collapsed. About 37 ambulances that we had for the whole country. And it was in this context that we had the 2016 election. And when we had the 2016 election, the former president was voted out of office. We in the New Patriotic Party, we promised Ghanaians that if you vote for us, we will bring free senior high school education to Ghana. That was our signature promise in 2016. The former president said we were lying to Ghanaians. He said it was a whimsical promise. He said it was a 419 promise. He said if he had that money, he would not use it for free SHS. He did not think it was possible for us to do free SHS. But our mindset, my mindset was clear. I said, by the grace of God, it is possible. And so it was that when we were elected into office, our very first budget, very first budget, in about March or so of 2017, first budget, President asked me, can we start free SHS this year? I said, yes, Mr. President. If it is your priority, we can start it. And we started free SHS in 2017. For the last 8 years, our children have gone to senior high school for free. And that has lessened the burden on our mothers and our fathers. What is remarkable is the increase in enrollment in senior high school as a result of the free SHS policy. You had, at the end of 2016, 16 years after independence, the enrollment in senior high school was 800,000. 800,000 after 60 years. And then we implemented free SHS. After 7 years of free SHS, the enrollment had gone up from 800,000 to 1.4 million students. So 60 years, 800,000. 7 years, 600,000. It tells you that there were many children who were at home who couldn't go to school because of school fees. And the free SHS has allowed more students to go to school. And what is even more remarkable for me and very, very nice is that today more girls have gone to school and are in senior high school than boys in senior high school. At the end of 2016, when we began 2017 with free SHS, for every 100 boys in senior high school, there were 68 girls. For every 100 boys, 68 girls. Today, for every 100 boys, there are 106 girls in senior high school. The girls have overtaken the boys, and now we have gender parity. But what is also more remarkable is that today, the performance of the students in the WACSI examinations has actually gone up. People were worried that when we expand opportunities, then quality will fall. But when you look at the results in 2016, the WACSI examination, the core 6 subjects, the pass rate was 45%. By 2023, 7 years after free SHS, the WACSI exam core 6 subjects, pass rate 64%. Massive increase in the pass rate of the students. And so quality has rather gone up, notwithstanding all the challenges we've had in implementing the free senior high school education. If we had not done so, many of these children, as was in the past, would have been at home without an education. And today, whereas under the former president, we were having challenges providing chalk to the schools without a global crisis. Today, in the midst of a global crisis, we are providing every single senior high school student with a computer tablet with all their textbooks on the tablets. And that is a major policy initiative, because Ghana is the first country in the whole of Africa, the first country to provide its senior high school students with computer tablets. The first country in the whole of Africa for us to do so. And not only have we done so for the students, we have also helped the teachers with the one teacher, the one laptop policy, and are providing laptops for the teachers as well. So we are moving the senior high school system into the digital age. And we are also doing STEM education, and some very good work that my colleague, Dr. Seya Oniduchu, is doing. We are transforming the face of education in Ghana, transforming the old junior high schools into very, very modern junior high schools. Not only did we bring free senior high school education, ladies and gentlemen, we have also added free technical and vocational education for our people. Free technical and because the world of work today is a world of skills. It's a world of skills, and we want our children to be skilled. And so we have invested in the last 7 years, we have invested 6 billion Ghana cedis in technical and vocational education. We have equipped 10 technical universities, state-of-the-art equipment. 34 vocational and technical institutes equip them with state-of-the-art equipment, and we are constructing an additional 32 state-of-the-art vocational institutions in Ghana. Because that is the future. We have restored the teacher training allowances. We have restored the nursing training allowances. We've restored the Arabic instructors allowances. We haven't experienced doomsday that of the nature that we experienced for 4 years. We have had intermittent outages, yes, but not like the doomsday period that we had. And today, the National Health Service, which was collapsing, has been uplifted. Today, not only are we covering what we were covering, today, childhood cancer has been brought under National Health Service. Today, the sickle cell sufferers are getting this very expensive drug, hydroxyurea, under the National Health Insurance Scheme. Today, we are giving under NHIS free kidney dialysis for people over 60 years and under 18 years. That is very remarkable in terms of what we have done. Today, in the health sector, we have really done more in terms of providing health infrastructure than any other government in the Fourth Republic. We have built over 40 hospitals completed. We have built 230 health centers and 428 CHIPS companies. And this excludes Agenda 111, where we are building 111 hospitals simultaneously across Ghana. It has never happened before. And you see what we have done in many sectors. Even though we have more to do, we've built more roads than any other government, we've built more railways than any other government, we've built more interchanges than any other government, more classrooms than any other government, more sports facilities than any other government, more public libraries than any other government, more sanitation facilities than any other government, more court buildings than any other government, need more fiber optic cable than any other government, done more Zongo development than any other government. We have done a whole lot. When I came into office, I focused on one area, which is digitalization of the economy. And I focused on it for good reason, because modern technology, digital technology, holds the key to solving a lot of problems, not only in Ghana, but across Africa. I wrote a book before I came into office. I wrote a book in 2010, that is 14 years ago, on monetary policy and financial sector development in Africa. And I made the point in the book that Africa needs to go digital. That if we don't go digital, we are going to be left behind. That the digital revolution is the key for African economic development. Today, many people, when I started that, particular, course of action, didn't see how digitalization related to the economy. They couldn't quite understand it. But I'm sure increasingly they are beginning to understand it. But there are things that have to be in place. So when we said that we have to issue the digital identity, if you want to enter the digital world, your citizens must be digitally identified. And that's why we said, let's issue the Ghana card. The Ghana card has been issued. 85% of adults in Ghana now have the Ghana card. We've issued 18 million Ghana cards. And that makes Ghana the leading country in sub-Saharan Africa for digital identity. We are now in the lead. We have the Ghana card that we have put in. So today, even children who are born in Ghana, we are giving them digital identities now, just as it happens abroad when a child is born. We give him an identity number at birth. So what we have done in Ghana is that we have linked the national ID system with the Ghana Health Service and the Births and Deaths Registry. So that integration of those systems is allowing Ghana to do something that no other country in the world has been able to do. What we have done today, if they give birth to a child in Kwabenya, that child is taken for weigh-in. At weigh-in, they will give the child 2 identities. 1, the child's Ghana card ID number, and 2, the birth certificate number at the same time. You are not going to have to go separately to apply for a birth certificate, because we have integrated all the systems, and all the information for the child will be available for us to issue the Ghana card ID and the birth certificate ID at the same time. And in the next few months, the NIA is going to all schools to issue Ghana card ID to all the school children from ages 6 all the way to 15. We have registered the Ghana card at the International Civil Aviation Organization in Canada, in Montreal. And therefore, the Ghana card has gone through all their checks, has passed all the checks, and the Ghana card is now recognizable in 44,000 airports and border points across the world. So today, if you are abroad, and you lose your passport, whether you are in America or Saudi Arabia or Japan or Australia or UK or Germany, anywhere in the world, if you lose your passport, you can take your Ghana card and board a plane and come back to Ghana. And before the end of this year, we are introducing what we call e-gates, electronic gates at the Kotoka International Airport. So if you are a Ghanaian and you have a Ghana card and you arrive at Kotoka, you don't have to go to immigration. Just go to the e-gate, put your Ghana card, it will open for you, and you enter Ghana and off you go. It is possible. These are things that are happening also in some of the most advanced countries. But it is possible for us in Ghana to do the same. When we came into office, Ghana did not have an address system that was working across the country. But an address system is one of the most important elements for any economy. An address system is so important. Today, if you go to the United States of America and you collapse their address system, just erase it if you could, that economy will collapse basically. Because you can't function, the businesses cannot function without address systems. You cannot verify people without address systems. Everybody has to have an address. And when we came in, and I wrote this in my book 14 years ago, I said we need an address system. When we looked at the street addressing that we were doing, I realized that it was a problem. It would take us a very, very long time to do it. So I said, let's go digital. Let's have a digital address system. And this is how come today we have introduced the digital property address system. Ghana is the second country in the whole world to have a digital property address system. The whole world, we have a comprehensive digital property address system. And that is what we are using now. So everybody, every property, no matter where you are in Ghana, town or village, you have a digital address. And that is very key for us going forward. When we came in, there was a problem of many of our people didn't have bank accounts. Most people, only about 30% of our population had bank accounts. But you cannot develop as an economy with many of your people outside the financial system. You can't. We call that in economics financial exclusion. So many people are excluded. But if you want to lift people up financially, they have to be included. So we said, how do we include our people? I said, many of our people have mobile money accounts. They don't have bank accounts. So we have to make the mobile money account work like a bank account. And this is why I mooted the idea to introduce mobile money interoperability. Because the mobile money accounts that we have, if you had MTN, you couldn't move money to someone who had Vodafone. You couldn't move money to someone with Airtel TV. You couldn't move money from a Momo account to a bank account, or from a bank account to a Momo account. And so I said that we should move and do mobile money interoperability in Ghana. Because no country in Africa had done it, many people said it was not possible. I said, by the grace of God, it is possible. And that is why we have introduced mobile money interoperability. And today, you can move money from a bank account to a Momo account, from one telco, MTN to Telecel to Airtel Tigo. Today, someone can send you money from abroad and it will come onto your mobile phone. You don't have to go to Western Union to queue to collect your money anymore. Today, you can sit in your bedroom and enroll for national health insurance, or renew your national health insurance, or buy your electricity, or pay school fees. You can do all of that because of mobile money interoperability. Without that, we couldn't have done all of this. So we have helped so many people to do exactly this. And that has really helped Ghana, the whole of Africa. Only one country has 100% access to financial inclusion. The whole of Africa. Only one country, and that is Ghana. Only one country in Africa has 100% access. If you don't have a Momo account, it's because you don't want a Momo account. But everybody has access to it, and it will work like a bank account. We are the only country. We scored last year when they did the evaluation. Ghana scored 100%. We are the only country in the whole of Africa to do this. Then we looked at the issue of helping people who are in remote areas to get medicine. Someone is in a village, gets a snake bite, and how do you get medicine to that remote place on time? Someone has had an operation, they need blood urgently. How do you get that blood to that particular hospital in time? A mother is giving birth and needs an important drug. I had an experience in 2002 in Tamale when my father had an operation, and we were waiting for him to recover. The doctors came out and said they needed blood. We rushed to the blood bank. It was locked. The person who was manning it had gone home. We tried to reach him by the phone. We could never reach him. By the morning, my father had died. And that was it. It stuck in my mind. And so, in 2018, when I heard that an American company had this service called Zipline Service, with drones, where drones could deliver medicines to remote areas very, very quickly. I quickly put a team together and we went to San Francisco to meet this company. And I said, this technology that you have will save a lot of lives in Ghana. If we had these drones, my father would not have died in Tamale in 2002. So come and set up in Ghana. Today they have set up in Ghana 6 drone centers, and they are delivering medicines to 2,694 health facilities. We are saving lives every day. They've flown over 540,000 flights so far. They are saving lives every day. Every day they are saving lives. And so, today, but even though we went to America to bring that technology to Ghana, today Ghana is the whole world, the leading medical drone delivery service in the world. The whole world. Ghana is the leading one in the whole world. Recently, the US Vice President, Kamala Harris, said that Ghana basically was praising Ghana for taking the lead in the drone medical delivery. It is now that the US also wants to start this drone medical delivery in the US. And the UK is also trying to start, but Ghana is the world's largest medical drone. So it is possible. It is possible. I believe that we can do what others have not yet done. We should not wait for others before we move. We've done so many things since we've been into office to make sure that we move this country ahead. As was mentioned by Professor Quinn, we've done gold for oil, which was so critical to save this country. Without the gold for oil program, Ghana would have been in deep trouble. But by the grace of God, we had gold and we were able to exchange it for oil. So I come to this issue of going for the whole running for president. That I want to run for president of this country and succeed Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and continue with the work with new ideas. And that is why I am going around the country and going to many constituencies and speaking to you to give me the opportunity to be president of this country. I've given you some of this background to let you appreciate some of the work I have done as vice president and why I'm moving in the direction I'm moving in, because to hire somebody for a new job, you want to know what they've done in their previous job. And this is what I am giving you an idea of. I believe that if I am given the opportunity to become president, I will come with new ideas which I have put forward in our manifesto. One major priority that I will have as a president is in the agricultural sector. I believe agriculture is the lifeblood of our economy, and we should focus on agriculture. And so I will focus on agriculture to give a lot of support to our farmers across the board so that we can help them expand with technology and with capital. So agriculture is going to be, and what we are doing in the area of providing equipment to every district for road construction and reshaping under the DRIP program, I am going to do for the agricultural sector and providing equipment, tractors, and all of that for every district to establish a mechanization center in collaboration with the private sector so that we can get farmers to access equipment to expand production. The second area of focus is business. I believe that, if we can help empower business people in this country, I believe we can go very, very far if we can empower business people. The issue for many business people is that a lot of the time when government is looking for things to buy, we end up importing those things, whether it's school uniforms or furniture or books or whatever. We tend to think that the countries abroad are much cheaper than us, so we buy from that. But I want to change that policy. Government spends, billions, hundreds of billions of cedis on purchases. And I want government to think of buying Ghana first. So I have a policy called the Buy Ghana First policy that I want to introduce and support it with legislation. So that if you want to buy anything, first buy it in Ghana. You can only justify buying it outside if we cannot find it in Ghana. So if we are buying uniforms, we have tailors, we have all sorts of things, we will make them in Ghana. And we are buying, furniture, we will make them in Ghana and buy them from us. That provides jobs for our people. That provides jobs for our people. So we will learn from countries like India in terms of how they have pursued their industrialization. If we don't use our own friends, they will never learn. Yes, they may make mistakes. Yes, there may be some quality difference, but over time, they will learn and they will get better and better. Japan learned over a long time. There was a time we were teasing people about, oh, this one is Japan, because it means it wasn't very good. But today, they are amongst the best. So let us also start, and we will improve over time. So I'm bringing a Buy Ghana First policy to help our industrialization process and create jobs for Ghanaians. I also want to support women businesses with the Women Traders Empowerment Fund, WOTEF, to provide capital to women traders so that they can help in their trade activities. An SME bank is also going to be set up to provide financing to small and medium scale enterprises. And I also want to reduce the cost of electricity for businesses and homes. The cost of electricity is so high. I want to bring it down for all Ghanaians. The way I'm going to bring down the cost of electricity is to move Ghana away from the dependence on oil and gas to generate electricity. I want to move Ghana to solar power. Solar power. That is where we should go. God has given us the sun for free. We are going to harness it and generate power and bring down the cost of electricity by 50%. That is where we are going. We'll bring it down by 50%. I also, to help business and to create jobs, I've also been looking at the tax system. The tax system can be very complicated. Our tax system is a system we inherited from independence, and it is very complicated. And so a lot of businesses and individuals have many issues with GRA because of our tax system. And so I want to simplify Ghana's tax system to make everybody comply with it very easily. My team, I asked them to do a research to find the countries which have the best tax systems in the world. If we want the best in the world, that is what we have to look for. So they looked around the world to find the best tax systems. But there was one country which was #1 consecutively for the last 10 years. Every year they are #1 in terms of the best tax system in the world for business. And then I said, that is Estonia. Estonia is the country with the best tax system. So I said, let's put a team together. I led a team and we went to Estonia. Met their president, met their prime minister, met their finance, met the tax authorities to get a better understanding of how their system works and how it is so good for the business and individuals. They have what is called a flat tax system. It's a flat tax. So if it's 10%, everybody pays 10%. And that is the end of the story. It's a flat, so it's easy to understand, it's easy to apply, it's easy to comply with. And so when I thought about it, I said, this is the sort of system that the churches have when people play tithe in church. It's a flat tax system. So the churches have figured it out a long time ago. And so we said, okay, let's apply the flat tax system in Ghana, because our system is so many people don't even go to file for taxes. We need to bring more people into the net. Let's move towards a flat tax system. So this is the system I want us to introduce into Ghana next year. But before we start this flat tax system, I want the slate to be wiped clean. So I'm going to grant a tax amnesty to all businesses and all individuals starting next year, and we will start with a new flat tax system. And that is where we want to go with this. The other thing that I want to introduce is the same flat tax system at the ports. The ports is also an area which really increases the taxes, they increase the cost of living. And so I want us to re-look at the tax system and bring in flat taxes at the port. So, and these will be in cedis. In cedis, the taxes in cedis. So if you're bringing in a 40-foot container of spare parts, for example, we will see a 40-footer container of spare parts is, for example, a duty of 20,000 cedis, and that is the end of the story. When it arrives, it's 20,000 cedis. Nobody will tell you exchange rate has moved, pay more. No, you know it's 20,000 cedis. If it's chicken, you'll say, okay, this one is 10,000 cedis. If it's, clothing, this. So you have flat taxes for different commodities that you are bringing in, so that the urge to misclassify or do kululu in the port comes down, so that everything is transparent and we will know how much duty we are expecting even before the goods arrive. So we are moving, and then the next caveat in the import duty regime is that our duties in Ghana cannot be higher than those at the Lomé port of Togo. We cannot be higher, we can be lower or the same, but we will not be higher, so that we prevent smuggling through the Lomé port. And so we are setting that particular rule in there. The other area that we are going to do, because one area where we have had major challenges, especially recently, is our exchange rate. You see the cedi depreciating all the time. And one of the things that has gotten to me is that we have not really maximized the use of our gold in Ghana. When we got into trouble in 2022, and I thought Ghana was on the brink of a collapse because we were losing reserves and we were going to get into a situation where we couldn't buy oil or we couldn't buy power, we would have doomed soil, we would have queues. Something came into my mind that why don't we use gold to pay for the oil? That's how gold for oil came. And we've used gold to pay for the oil, and I asked the Bank of Ghana to do a gold purchase program and buy gold. The last 2 years, the Bank of Ghana has bought $5 billion of gold. 2 years, $5 billion of gold. Now, can you imagine if we didn't have this $5 billion in this global crisis? We would have been in big trouble as a country. $5 billion. We didn't need to export anything. We just bought the gold in Ghana. And so with this, I'm now moving to a clear policy. We want to institutionalize the gold purchase program to provide a backing or an anchor for the value of the cedi. So any major demand for cedis, we will just use the cedis and buy the gold and give the foreign currency. So whatever demand you have, we have enough gold to meet your supply. We will to supply you with the gold. So the currency is going to stay stable. This is the direction I'm going to take Ghana in by the grace of God. I also want to, in our governance, I want to bring the Chieftaincy institution closer to government. The Chieftaincy institution historically has been sidelined in the governance area. And I want to bring the Chieftaincy institution closer to government, because I believe that we need to amend Section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act to empower the chiefs some more. Many cases can be resolved at the palaces, but they go to court most of the time. We are going to amend Section 63. We are also going to look at paying more for our chiefs, living allowances. Currently, government only pays paramount chiefs, and it's not much. But we want to review it, and we'll pay paramount chiefs, pay queen mothers, and pay divisional chiefs at the same time, so that we raise the status of the chieftaincy institution and provide them with the financial support to be able to help government to do that. The same way I want to bring the faith-based institutions closer to government. The churches, Islamic institutions, I want to bring them closer to government. This morning, I was at Amasama, and the Catholic Church is building a pediatric hospital. So I went to inspect a very, very important hospital for children. And the Archbishop Bonaventure Kofi was asking me to help the church get tax waivers for the equipment that were coming in for the hospital. So I said to him, I said, if you look at my manifesto, I have already anticipated this. What the churches and the Islamic institutions are doing for Ghana is a lot. They build a lot of schools, they build a lot of hospitals, but we don't seem to give them incentives to do more. So when it is an external development partner, we say, oh, as for you, no duty for you. Those are part of your incentives. But when it's an internal development partner, we say you go and pay the duty. So I'm going to classify the churches and the Islamic institutions as development partners of government. And they will be entitled to those same tax waivers as our external development partners are. So that issue of the equipment coming to the hospital, it will be automatic. They will be entitled to that tax waiver. They don't need to apply for it because they will be classified as external development partners in Ghana, and that is what we are going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard also about the issue of LGBTQ+. That has been going around. Let me say that that practice will never be tolerated under a Bawumia presidency. We will never agree. Bawumia, we will never agree to that. It is not in the Bible. It is not in the Quran. It is not in our traditional setting. It is not part of our values. It is not part of our traditions. No matter the cost, we will never accept it in Ghana. No matter the cost. No matter the cost, we will never accept it in Ghana. So let you be all rest assured on this issue that we will defend our country, our society, our values, our traditions, our culture, and our religion. We will defend it, and we will not allow anything like that to happen. In the area of public safety, I am bringing in a new policy where we want to have visibility across the country to deal with crime. I was in Wa a few weeks ago. When I got to Wa, someone had just been murdered, someone had just been killed at the lorry station. Actually, it was the driver's mate who was sleeping at the station who was killed, and there were a series of killings that were happening in Wa. So the one I told me about it, and I was thinking, so when I came back, I was asking whether we could not, whether the CCTVs, but we had put in some CCTVs across the country, had not captured the criminals. But they said that they didn't have CCTV in that particular location. So I called national security and I said, what will it take for Ghana to have CCTV on all the streets in all of our regional capitals and all of our district capitals, so that we can see any crime that is taking place, we know who, or we can at least have a clue. So they came back to me and they said they needed 50,000 CCTV cameras, and they are going to get 50,000 CCTV cameras. We are going to provide so that the police will have visibility for every movement, because we don't have enough police to be everywhere. And because I know in Accra, I won't mention the name, but someone was murdered, and the CCTV camera caught the murderer leaving the scene, and they went and caught the person. So it is very, very important, because in places like China and so on, all the places covered. So all criminal activity can be tracked. So I am going to introduce 50,000 CCTV cameras in all district capitals, all regional capitals, to support the police and the security agencies to be able to deal with crime. As you know, I want to move Ghana into a digital state. First of all, that means we must have internet across the country, internet penetration. When we came into office, internet penetration was 32%. We have increased it to 72% today. I want to get it over 90%, so that everywhere you are in Ghana, access to internet will be there. Starlink is starting at the end of this month with satellite, and will continue to enhance. But what is important is not just ability to access, but the data cost must come down. The cost of the data for internet access, we are going to bring that one down as well, in terms of spectrum allocation for the telcos and so on. So we are going to do that. We are also going to abolish the e-levy, so that there will be ease of transactions without any fear that your financial transactions are going to be taxed. I'm going to also train 1 million youth in digital skills. I was just talking to the Minister of Education that we need to start making preparations for the training of 1 million youth in digital skills. The world is now digital, and you can be staying here in Domain and be working in America, in Canada, in UK. You don't have to move. They will pay you your dollars here if you can get on the net and do the work, if you have those skills. And we are going to start training people in those skills. Even school dropouts, we can train you in digital skills so that you can go and work. You don't need to have a university, polytechnical. Even as long as you can read and write, we can train you to become digitally literate and be able to work in many, many areas. I'm also going to make things much easier in terms of living in Ghana. Because of digitalization, you can make a lot of things easier. Like, as you know today, you can apply for national health insurance without leaving your home, or pay for renewal of your NHIS without leaving your home, or buy electricity without leaving your home. If you are going to apply for a passport from next year, inshallah, when I'm president, if you are going to apply for a passport, because all the information you need on a passport is already on your Ghana card, you will no longer need to fill a passport form. You don't need to fill a passport form anymore. All you need to do is give your Ghana card number and pay your passport fee, and we will print your passport for you. So it will be easy for anybody with a Ghana card to be able to get a passport. We'll just print. We have your biometrics, we have your pictures, we have everything we need for the passport. So there will be no duplication of now going to apply. Just pay the fee and we will do that. The people with driver's licenses, all of us who have driver's licenses, you know that the license is valid for 6 years, and every 2 years you have to go and renew. I think it's cumbersome. We are going to make it valid for 10 years, and you renew every 5 years. So then it is much easier for everybody. As I bring my remarks to a close, I want you to know that I have never been president before. I am just a vice president. I have no authority as a president, and I'm trying to become a president for the first time. If you vote for my opponent, he is going to be president for just 4 years. 4, and then it's bye-bye. But if you vote for me, because I've not been president before, I can be president, inshallah, for 8 years. For 8 years to continue the work that we are doing. But for him, he will immediately vote for him. He doesn't have to come back to Kwabenya again. He will not come back because he's not going for another election. He won't come back to give an account of what he did. There will be no accountability. But for Dr. Bawumia, I'll come back to Kwabenya and give you accountability. I'll show you what I have done. Whether I've finished all the roads which we are going to finish in Kwabenya. But I've done all the developments that you are interested in. So for me, if you vote for me, you are going to get a brand new tier robber president. You will get a brand new tier robber president with new ideas, new policies, new ways of doing things. With my opponent, the former president, if you vote for him, you will get a second-hand president. So, what do you want? Brand new or second-hand? Brand new or second-hand? Brand new or second-hand? If you want brand new, you vote for Dr. Bawumia, and you vote for Michael Jr. My God, my good friend, a brand new MP. Let us vote for a brand new president and a brand new MP, and let us do some good work for the people of Kwabenya. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. I'm thanking you all. God bless all of you.
Wa alaikum salam. God bless you.
You can do it better. You can do it better. You can do it better. This is what we want. And yet in Koko in Kitty. And then disco 24 hours and then club 24 hours. This is the policy that we all need. There will be a short ceremony. Our Muslim chiefs and imams and chiefs gathered here said they've heard of Dr. Bawumia. Today is a special day for him. It's another special day, no? Person so now kind of there will be a short ceremony. On that note, parliamentary candidates, constituency officers, please can you allow the young lady to come? Breaking the eight. It is.
And we're waiting now for a short ceremony. A ceremony Kakrabi, the Ripe, nothing, the clergy, the imams, and then elderly chiefs, also Kakra walk on or their prayer. It's you, Dr. Abbas, NPP diaspora representing Germany. He's also here with us in the Germany for the Arab. Also, Doctor, so enjoy. I'm almost Germany about.
A ceremony they are presenting to the Vice President and inshallah the next President of the Republic of Ghana. Fuku fefe. I fuku fefe. I was so sharing in. Omo pena sembo. Omo se na wo brasie. Se owo ne pa so ma. Se otsie Ghana force into and then illegal bafu to Kashmir. Yo,
victory.
Sure, Majanchame, Monian, and Yeme Kome, I'm a school, I'm a family, a foe. I'm a papa, I'm a Swiss. Fini men that come about Shabia, I'm a small. I don't want to watch it. You will be fair, not your mancher or make an holiday. But now, Fanny get a president there. Niti no Koniba, ni Ekai, Domipabina. In Kenyabu, you want to wear a Kadomipabina, a tree, the Biaba. Especially the infrastructure development, the road can be get through the affiliate, the backway, the field of the bar.
Tiana, no, I see, I know a man paying for Isiano over the product. I see. What my share is over the Penasa. You could never wish us one. The Juma Power, you need your mayor, the same Kwabenya and Akuma Pusu today. Or shall not get in Inshallah. It is possible. Actually, well, this one small girl, this one small lady.
Thank you very much. Yadamasi, Ondaleshi, Papa, Kuya. Papa, AI for Nebo, imagine a software to me. Eka, Mambia, Iba, a twelve on the twin, or not feeling kept from I feel. Only Satini about for a year, can you president there? Nick Ebodeni, it's me. Aka, one no Tibo no a war, she actually, it is she counted. There were Kwabenya. I'm a fan. Ni papa ni be eto majiatwa ni ifa ibiale
sabri opaka bedem se peninga na sabri yatu safro no wese mutumi ni yen peyin kasa na afutu semio anu de sedi wode amayen e be fiafia se nanamu so eti ya pase boma
the chief of papa ni papa
Pia.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you, you were Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Bawumia. Reverend Professor Aaron Man Okoye, Wabinu, Jini, ni mene bebele Dobado, Wana Yabi, me fame to more of who I call stand on the already protocol.